What if Dave Mustaine took over Metallica? Let's talk about it. And the reason I say took over Metallica rather than remained in or rejoined Metallica is because I recently did a video on what might have happened had James Hetfield instead of Cliff Burton been the one to have been killed in the infamous bus wreck. And someone in the comment section said, what if Dave Mustaine came back after that happened? And I thought that would make a really interesting topic for a video, so that's what we're going to talk about right now. And actually, I don't think that the answer to that question is all that complicated, but just to clarify, what we're talking about here is what would have happened if James Hetfield was the one who was lost in the bus wreck and Dave Mustaine came back to Metallica. They tried to continue on with Mustaine. So first part of the answer to that question is Mustaine would have came in and essentially took over the position that Hetfield had as main songwriter, as lead vocalist, and as the person kind of steering the ship. He also plays lead guitar, but I don't think that he would have taken over exclusive lead guitar playing, but I also don't think that Kirk Hammett would have had much chance of staying in the band for very long. So let's assume that Kirk stays in the band at first, but later is probably going to be replaced. And then another aspect of this is Lars. I think that while Lars is an effective drummer and he makes a really good partner with James Hetfield, he may not click that much with other musicians. And I think that Dave Mustaine would have demanded a much more precise and accomplished drummer. So there's a chance that at some point Lars might have also been replaced. And I also think that the song structure and songwriting in the band would have changed to be a lot more complicated, a lot more prog inspired, and then the lyrics would have taken a drastic turn and they would have become much more political. So basically what we're talking about is Megadeth. You would have had a band that was a lot like Megadeth. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you if I think this would have been a good thing or a bad thing in terms of success and popularity. But before I do that, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the channel. I upload new content basically every day, and we have a lot of interesting polls and discussions going in the community section of the channel. And if you look in the description box below, you'll see links to content I can't put on YouTube due to copyright problems. Anyway, back to the subject at hand, which is if Mustaine had come back and taken over Metallica, I think they would have been more complicated songs, more political songs, less Kirk, if not Kirk being gone altogether, Lars being a much less of a factor, if not being gone altogether. And I think that the end result of this would have been that Metallica would have been a lot like Megadeth, and they would have then kind of plateaued at the level of popularity and commercial success that Megadeth had at their height, which is slightly less than Metallica in terms of commercial success. And while I think the songs might have been a bit more demanding and musically complex than what you ended up with where Metallica eventually went, I think that this would have diminished their popularity, just like losing James's charisma, his lyrics, and his everyman image. I've made other videos that talk about how important I think it is for people to make person-to-person connection with the audience. So if you look around on the channel, you can find more videos on Metallica and more videos on exactly what constitutes charisma in a performer. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.